Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jen Rosenbaum. I am a breast cancer survivor and a portrait photographer here in New York. So today is November 7th, 2019, and I am slated today to have reconstruction surgery for the second time. Now, it might sound crazy, right? I went through this whole process in 2017. I had a mastectomy, chemotherapy, and then reconstruction in early 2018. And now here we are in late 2019, and I'm doing it again. People are like, why? You look fine to me. And the truth is, I do look fine. In clothing, my breasts look fine, but without clothing, they don't look so great. And here's the thing about that. I do find that the physical part of it is a big part of the emotional healing as well. So it's difficult for me. There's things I can't do. I can't wear bathing suits. I can't wear certain dresses, certain clothing. There's actually pain and discomfort, a lot of stretching. My implants are currently under my muscles, so there's a lot of discomfort there for me. Things I can't do like push-ups, pull-ups. And I know that maybe in some way this all sounds crazy, right? And my original plastic surgeon thought so too. He said to me, you know, I've seen worse, be happy you're alive. And the truth is I am happy I'm alive and I'm happy that I'm feeling well. And so there is that little part of me that's like, why am I going through this again? Am I crazy? This is just nuts. But the truth is they really don't look great. They don't feel great. And I'm young and I want to enjoy my body and enjoy my life. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of things that I've never really shown before. And it's interesting because I publish a lot of photos on my Instagram at Jen Rosenbaum if you want to see of my chest. I do a lot of self-portraits, but I've never really done it in video. And the reason why is because I kind of worry what other people are going to think. I don't want to scare them. But for me, my breasts don't necessarily feel part of my body. They feel like accessories. So I don't have so much of a problem showing them. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of things today that will explain why I'm doing this over. And I'm doing this because I do think that there's other people out there that are probably going through the same thing. I get a lot of comments on my videos, so keep those comments coming. I answer all of them personally. And I want to just give some inspiration to anybody out there dealing with it, and for those of you supporting somebody that had breast cancer to understand what we are going through. Okay, so here. I don't want to make this a super long video because I got to get to the hospital. I'm having surgery today. The first thing that upsets me is they're pretty wide. If you guys can see, they go past my torso. They really need to be in a little bit more. And if you look from the side, it's a little hard to tell here. The profile isn't right. So the new doctor is going to change the profile of the implants. These are very flat over here. They almost look like hamburger buns. And part of the reason is because it's possible the wrong implant was put in, and the other part of the reason is because they're under my muscle. I do a lot of exercise, and when I tighten my muscles, or my muscle is tight enough that my doctor believes it's pushing down on the implants to flatten them a little bit. So they don't come out far enough. I'm not sure if you can tell. But the other thing I really wanted was to do a fat grafting where they take fat from another part of the body and then they put it in the top of the breast. Now my breast cancer was over here. So they removed all of this area, all of the tissue in here. So I'm very bony. This is all just skin and bones. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to take this down just a little bit and I'll show you from the side view. Do you see how it's just bone and then boob? Let's see if I can get a little closer. There's no slope. There's no natural slope here. So you can kind of see how they look a little bit like hamburger buns. So from the front, they look fine, but from the side, they're very low, they're a little low, and there's no slope. There's no natural looking anything here. So it's very difficult for me to wear anything without it looking super weird, like a bathing suit or a dress or even tank tops. Like I have to wear these tight tank tops, so it just kind of covers that area. But even so, you can still see it kind of in my shirt. So that's the first thing that bothered me. The second thing is, and there's a name for this, don't ask me what the name for it is because I don't know what it is, but my doctor asked me to put my hands down and tighten my pec muscles. And this is what happens. Let's see if I can show you without kind of exposing everything. All right, so if I put my hands down and I tighten my pecs, do you see how I can lift my implants because they're under the muscle? And especially on this implant here, I get a lot of wrinkling, like in this area and near the scar. So I can just do that You can even see it in clothing. So anytime I pick up heavy groceries, or I pick up my camera gear, or I'm trying to put soft boxes on, for those of you that are photographers, you understand, I'm using my chest, you see how it tightens up and it just looks really strange. And it's uncomfortable. It actually physically hurts. So they're going to take my implant and put it under my muscle. They're gonna have to reattach my muscle. And sorry, I'm trying to look at you guys, but I need to see what I'm doing in the camera. They're gonna reattach the muscle, and then they are going to take fat from my thighs and put it into the top of my chest to hopefully create a more natural looking slope. Also, it will be impossible to tell because I'm wearing black, but my breasts are uneven. You can see if I'm touching the bottom of each one, it's about a half an inch to an inch off. So they're going to make them more even. They're going to bring them in, and they're gonna change the profile so they come out a little bit more. And again, put them under my muscle. So that is the plan for today. And I'm getting a lot of text messages. How are you feeling? What's going on in your head? I'm strangely calm. I think it might be a little bit of denial. But I'm also deep down a little nervous because I've been through it before. I know the pain to come, and it's not going to be great. I'm going to have drains, I believe, which are horrendous, and I'll share some of that with you guys. I think this time around I'm gonna get a little bit more graphic in the videos and show you a little bit more behind the scenes stuff. So if you wanna see that, let me know. If you don't wanna see it, don't watch, I guess. But I'm a little bit nervous about all of that, the recovery. From what I understand, the liposuction really bruises you like crazy, so that's gonna be interesting. And I am going to definitely take at least still portraits of a lot of stuff, so you guys will see that if you're following me on Instagram. And you know, one other thing was this morning I was taking some pictures in the mirror because I just want to remember every part of the journey, and I just had a flashback of my mastectomy and taking pictures like right before they brought me into surgery. I went into the bathroom and I took some pictures, and I had a little sort of thank you ceremony, thanking my breasts for all that they've done for me. And I did that this morning as well. I thanked these breasts, even though they're not really my own, for serving me for the past year and a half or so. And it's a lot of flashbacks. It's a lot of PTSD. I think that's the hardest part of this process, is today walking into the same hospital where I had my mastectomy, in the same place, doing the same thing, because today technically is sort of like a mastectomy and a reconstruction all over again, right? They're removing my breasts and putting new ones in. And going through it again certainly dredges up a lot of emotions for me. But at the same time, I feel very ready. I feel very good. And I'm very grateful that as of today, this journey has nothing to do with actually cancer. It just has to do with recovering from the cancer. So one day at a time. And I always love your comments. You guys can always reach out to me on email or Instagram. Again, follow me on Instagram, Jen Rosenbaum. Please send some prayers for some good healing and good surgery today, to me, my medical staff, to my family. And I'm sending prayers to all of you out there that need it, that are going through a cancer journey or supporting somebody through cancer or anything traumatic in life. You are not alone. One day at a time, you guys. Love you all.